afternoon of Mobile World Congress. Thank you very much for your attendance, and I will give you a quick overview of what you're going to see. I'm your host as an MC. My name is Jan Orban, and basically we will start with the global business strategy presentation by our managing director, Mr. Hiro Sakamoto from ITPVD, our headquarters in Japan, followed by a product introduction from Jan Kempfer, who is General Manager and heading up marketing in Europe. And we are very delighted to have a guest speaker from Microsoft Corporation, Mr. Rodney Clark, who is General Manager IoT and Device Experience. After that, a Q&A. Hope we have some questions at us. And then there is Touch and Try, which is in the room 4.5, which is just on this side. There's a little room, there's all the devices. You can try various things, doing photos and so on, for photos here as well, but in this room also you can ask all your questions and having a hands-on the product basically. And with this swift introduction, I'd like to have Mr. Hiro Sakamoto, our Managing Director, on stage for his presentation, please.
Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hiro Sakamoto. I am in charge of the mobile business globally from Panasonic. And welcome to our new ToughPad launching event today. Before we officially start, let me make a quick introduction of myself. This is my career at Panasonic. As you see my face, maybe I'm not English, or maybe I'm not Spanish. I'm typical Japanese. But as you see this, my career, I spent most of my company life in other regions. Panasonic. Actually, I spent only 8 years in Japan. Do you know this flag? Singapore. I spent 2 years in Singapore. This one? This is not Brazil. Brazil. Germany, 14 years. And United Kingdom, 2 years. So, actually, I spent 16 years in Europe. Now I live in Osaka. Therefore, I think maybe half of my blood is European. So I really like Europe. So I am very pleased to visit this time Barcelona. Also, while I lived in Germany, I quite often visited Barcelona, also for business and also privately. I spent a lot of money in Barcelona. So I think Barcelona people must appreciate me. I spent a lot in this country. I'm really pleased to come here this time. If you know our ToughBook business, I'm very proud that our product contribute a lot to the industry, like police. Many of the police department people use our ToughBook device for the security check for the people, as warehouse and hospital, transportation area, and many of the field service of the vertical industries. This way, our product contributes to the world at the moment. And I would like to make sure our mission of the business mobile division of Panasonic, this is to drive mobile working innovation as a strategic partner for customers. This is our mission, to drive mobile working innovation. In the past, we just globally deployed our product with rugged technology. And most of European European or American people don't know, we have also payment technology or mobile communication technology. Actually, in Japan, also we have 70% market share of the payment terminal device. It's very well-known brand. Panasonic is very well-known brand as payment terminal in Japan. And also mobile communication. We deliver feature phone, mobile phone, to the people in Japan through NTT Docomo, SoftBank. So those are so very well-known technology in Japan. So this is my commitment from now on, not only with rugged technology, but with payment technology and mobile voice communication technology. We will develop unique products combining all of them globally from now on. Therefore, I want to make sure Panasonic is not only the rugged technology device manufacturer, but with everything. This way, we try to contribute more for the B2B business globally from now on. And this is a past history of ToughBook. Our ToughBook was produced in 1996 at the very beginning for the US Army, US Police, just 20 years ago. Today is 2016. Therefore, this year is the 20th anniversary for ToughBook. After 15 years, we also established another brand called ToughPad with tablet. And after 3 years, also we started to deploy rugged handheld device. And so far, we have more than 60% share in the clamshell type rugged PC category. And also almost we have 50% market share in the rugged tablet category. Rugged handheld category, almost nothing. So we just came in. But this area will be growing hugely from now. Therefore, as a Panasonic, we will develop not only clamshell type, tablet type, but with small form factor, handheld device from now on. Getting the cooperation from Microsoft today. And we also introduce Microsoft to people. This is very important devices. I don't know whether you are aware or not. We have already launched the first product with the handheld 2 years ago. And also, we modified a lot. For example, for the 8X market last year. Then now, today, we are pleased to announce to launch this totally new product, very thin and light with barcode reader. So we are very proud to introduce this model today. Lighter, slimmer, and productivity focused. I will show you. You know what it is? This is our new product. This is with Windows 10 and Android. It has only 275 grams. Very light and full rugged. And here, angled barcode reader. So I'm very sure this device can contribute to this industry, especially logistics or transportation. And also, it has 8 hours, roughly 8 hours battery life. But also we prepare another power battery. If we put power battery, it has 16 hours a day. I think no one wants to work 16 hours a day. But if you want, it's possible. It's possible. This is our new product. we can contribute a lot of industry, but especially logistic or transportation area. We can change the job flow dramatically from now on through these devices. And this is our aim. Rugged PC market, as I said, we have more than 60% share. But this market itself will not grow so hugely. Maybe will be flat. But we continue to have more than 60% market share in this category. Tablet, rugged tablet category, also we will grow. But today, as I said, rugged handheld category, as of today, we have almost nothing market share, but we will try to dramatically grow. And as rugged mobile computing market, as of today, we have 25% market share. But up to 2018, in 3 years time frame, we will try to aim 30% market share as total rugged mobile computing market. This is our aim. And as a market leader, I really want to commit today, we will continue developing new market as a leader. Thank you very much. And regarding detailed product specification and feature and uniqueness, I would like to pass our market head in Europe, Mr. Yakin. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Jan, and I have the privilege to take you through the product positioning. And basically, I'm 14 years already with ToughBook. I started basically with the big, heavy industrial PCs, and it's the first time I can pull really a ToughPad out of my pocket, and that's great. And some of the journalists, I know you're following us already for some years. That's really we're going here into a new century. And when we look at this device, how we want to position that, it's basically, we built here one of the lightest and thinnest rugged handhelds in the market. We call it a handheld tablet because it still has a convenient, high-quality touchscreen with a lot of unique features, which I'll take you through in a moment. But and it's very nice and convenient in the hand, and it's optimized for phone, but also for barcode scanning, which we will see in a minute. It's carrying the latest state-of-the-art OS from Microsoft, Windows 10 Mobile Enterprise. And also we spent the unit some digitizer like Active Pen, so basically a new generation of pen which we want to show you. But the big thing is really on that, it looks almost like a smartphone, and it has all these powerful features, but it doesn't sacrifice ruggedization. It has the good old ToughBook fully rugged features like IP rating and mil standards, which we will demonstrate live on a stage in a minute. Just a little bit to show where we're coming from with this device is basically, and Hiro alluded to it, so we have the handheld division in Japan, where we are market leader in the parcel delivery with handhelds, and we're taking the barcode reading and the rich set of accessories from them. We are since 20 years in the market of tablets, and taking the business technology and from this, and from the smartphones, our mobile division in Japan, we're taking the voice capabilities and putting this all together in a compact new package. And just to see that, it's basically not the first handheld for Panasonic. So basically we are already with Panasonic 36 years in the market with handhelds. As I said, in the parcel delivery we gained a great market share. And now under the ToughBook brand, we try to approach also the American and European terms of lineup, and you touched on this, it's basically not a one single shot product. We're really dedicated to the handheld market, and we're convinced we can be successful in that. And this is our investment and dedication. Already 30% of our lineup consists out of handheld, and we are about to expand on this further. And just to show you a little bit how we see the handheld market, it's basically we have the legacy handhelds with the keyboards, but the mainstream go to the so-called modern handhelds, which are like little tablets, and they are of course under attack also from the smartphones, with adding up industrial features, and also the tablets emerging into this market. But we want to see basically to place our handhelds as a new generation handhelds next to it. And how we want to do this? We want to show you in a few more slides. So basically, first of all, of weight, what you can see is the legacy handhelds were quite heavy, and also from performance, that's the CPU performance, quite low performance. And then the next generation or modern handhelds, they boosted up a little bit the performance, and the weight has been improved. But where we want to see our product is really as a next generation, close to smartphones, and with an outstanding weight from 271. In terms of thickness, you can also see the evolution in the market. So basically from 30.5 millimeter up to 16.3, we're setting there also new dimensions. And this is basically how we optimize the device. It's basically made for usage in the phone, the voice usage. But also one important game changer of this device is basically the barcode reader. First of all, we spent the device two types of barcode triggers, of left hand and right hand. And for the ones who decided which one they want to use, the other one is then customized and programmable. But furthermore, when we look at the barcode action, it's a 1T, 2T imager. It has a strong aimer, a good flashlight. It carries up to 44 different types, and it's also drop resistant. But the really change in this device is that it doesn't have a top barcode scanner. It has a back or rear barcode scanner with 70% angle, so it gives you some good flexibility when you're scanning barcodes. While when you have it here on the front, let's say zero degree, so you just narrow down how you can use the device. And this 7 degree, because you could also put it 90 degree, but the 70 degrees we built based on the customer voice in the parcel delivery and transportation industry. And this also strengths. This is how we're creating our products. And in matter of fact, you can imagine if we change how the people work. So basically for the top barcode reader, you always look at the barcode, but you don't see what is basically displayed on your device. While with our device, it's basically you can see what you scan, and you see basically exactly what is on the screen. And basically, let's try to make some demonstration. So basically what we mean is, usually when you make with the front barcode, you make some barcode scans, you scan it like that basically. You look exactly what you do there, but you don't see necessarily what's on the display. You see on my armrest here, it's bending, and this is basically repetitive strain on your wrist. There's also called RSI. It can get really worse. So basically it can create sick days for the employees, and basically cost is the game changer for the customer. We approach them already with this. They will be some customers saying, okay, that's a new thing, we need to try it, but we have a lot of customers saying, wow, that's really is a different way to look at it. And in terms of ruggedization, as I alluded to, we made sure it has the fully rugged product quality. It's up to X7. It can immerse underwater for 1 meter in 30 minutes. It's dust protected. It will stand a drop of 1 meter 80 height. And also it has the tumble testing, basically put in a tumble for 1,000 tumble and drops there also 1 minute. This is specific test criteria at the handheld market, which we fulfill as well. And all this is being rigorously tested at our factory, but also certified by independent testers. You can see basically here in a very clean environment. All these tests have been completed several times with the same result. And basically, seeing is believing. And then you want to come with the camera maybe. It's so basically seeing is believing. In the past, I sometimes skipped that. I said, why should we drop ToughBook? We're doing that since 14 years. But then the journalist say, oh, you didn't do that. Was something wrong with it? And then I needed to do it after the show. So that's why it's important for you to see. That's why we do it like that. And it's a prototype. It's a first sample. So when it fails, just say that. Okay? Ready?
Sorry, I didn't get it. Can you repeat?
Higher.
One more? One more higher. Now you're getting... He's basically one of the engineers. Yeah? Let's go back. And in terms of water, it's basically also our current standard for ToughBooks and tablet was to spill water on it. Also here, for handhelds, we're going into new dimensions. So we let them dive, actually, and put them in. And basically also can stay there for 30 minutes. Seeing is believing, and thank you, Jan. And talking about the display, it's basically we have a 4.7 IPS screen. So that IPS screen gives you a really good viewing angle. It's almost 180 degrees, and you can look at very good from the side. It has an anti-reflection screen. It has quite high resolution, it's 340 ppi. And also it's the 500 nits has a auto-capable screen, and you can see it also in the daylight. In terms of input methods, and this is also quite important for the handheld market, we're covering the traditional inputs like a 10 finger input, a thin glove or passive pen input, but also be featuring some more, we say, Panasonic wider input methods. And one is the thick glove or active pen, also how we operate in rain mode. And I want to take you through those three optional input methods. First of all, when we're looking about the thick glove, basically you sometimes get a type of promotion or advertisement or in the marketing statement of a product says, okay, you can wear with basically we're featuring a very density, high sensitive touch screen, and we tuned it that is optimized for thick glove usage. And data in the touch and try area, please try it out by yourself. In terms of rain mode, we have buttons here. Basically, also you can work really under rain, also under heavy rain. And you know that's always an issue with capacitive phones and smartphones and handhelds, but we overcome that, and we have even a patent on this. And that's basically how that works. We spend the unit on top of the capacitive sensor, some pressure sensor, and with the algorithms between the capacitive sensor and the pressure sensor, it really can detect how long the pressure comes and how the strength of the pressure, and by that one it can really identify whether it's a thumb, a finger, or water drop, and will delete any irritation water is doing on the display. Again, Panasonic technology here. And in terms of reflection, this comes from our outdoor screens. We always try to feature best displays readable in any condition. That means also under bright sunlight. And what we've done here is we eliminated any air gap with direct bonding material and technology to reduce any reflection, and we bring it up to 7.8% reflection ratio. In terms of ruggedization, the screen, is always an important point when we talk about durability also for handhelds. And what we're doing here, we have an iron ball test on the screen itself, 300 gram from 80 centimeters, and when you're not make sure it can crash, but in our units we have a very toughened class, but also underneath how the unit itself is stamped and placed on the floor. It helps also to avoid display breakage. But also, what we experience is you can have the toughest class in the market if you not have flexible mount the screen itself. And we had this so many times that competitors claim and say, our glass is unbreakable, and then we make the iron ball drop test. Hey, the glass was not unbreakable, but underneath, everything else was trashed. And therefore we can only say is, yeah, toughened glass is important, but also how you mount this, and that it's flexible and banding is also important, and that we make sure, and this is the know-how out of 20 years ToughBook and ToughPad business. In terms of pen, this is also, as I mentioned already earlier, we want to position here also a type of new area of pen. It has all the good features as a digitizer pen, but it's still an active pen. So what does it mean? It's basically carrying a 2 millimeter pen tip size. It detects up to 1024 pressure levels. It can even hover over the display like a digitizer. It's water resistant. It rejects palm rest, pumps, and also it works like a digitizer. You can operate with the function buttons like the mouse clicks. But it's not a digitizer, because a digitizer is adding cost to the handheld. You have the digitizer grid, which creates reflection to the display. So it does have all the good features from the digitizer, but not the negative. But doesn't take the negative extracts from it. So we think also here we have a good proposal, and we see where we're coming from. Legacy handhelds, they started with resistive screens, then capacitive screens were introduced. Then the digitizer came on the market for professional tablets, but then with this one we want to really position the active pen as the ultimate new solution to the market. Also, it captures the biometrics. So basically this is important when we're talking about the e-signature, a delivery proof. It captures biometrics, means you specific characteristic of your signature. So it captures the speed, the pressure level, and then it's your biometric fingerprint. And how this works, Jan, I think we want to show a little bit more on the stage. let's run a few demos. So when the first demo fails, I will stop, but so far so good. And you can also make a signature. So basically that's my signature here. I mean, it's not original, but it's best I can do it right now. Then I can make the second signature, a test signature here. Done. And then I can compare. I put them, you can have some software tool, I put them next to each other. You can see the speed, the acceleration, and the pressure points. So this basically is a nice software for companies. So basically my original software can put on the security server, and then it can be checked when every time I make a signature. So basically delivery companies have their alternative proof if this is really myself who's doing the signature, because it shows all my biometrics as well. And maybe just one more, because so far it works quite nice. So this is the menu from the rain mode, for instance. So you can select whether you have heavy rain or light rain, light rain. You can also select the pressure sensitivity of your own finger. So basically you can customize this to your own habits. Also the cloth thickness you can customize between thick, medium and thin. And also the pen input. So that's really something. It has up to 5 function buttons, and each function buttons you can very easy program here. You can put launch dashboards and rain modes, or the launch applications you could put. You can also put customized launch applications there, up to 16 different applications you could can put with the combination of the five programmable buttons. And finally, if we look here at playing some music. Yeah, this really, really huge, powerful speakers in there. And I will show you also in a moment why we've done that. So in terms of the battery, so first of all we wanted to make the product as light as possible. The target was 300 gram, but then our engineers really exceeded that target and really brought that down to 277. But still, we want to give a really one-day, 8-hour working shift to the people with 3,200 milliampere battery. But as Hiro mentioned already, on an optional base, we of course also have the opportunity to give up to 6,400 milliamp type of marathon battery up to 16 hours in the market. And we looked of course also very carefully at the market and how we want to position that. So you have the legacy handhelds here again with heavyweight but really small battery if you like. So they mainstream, they go to a 3,000 3 to 4,000 milliampere battery. But what we want to give them is with 3,200 milliampere, 8 hours continuous access to data, 24 hours talk time, and 7 hours standby, so breaking a new standard. And then our 6,400 marathon battery, they will end up at 367 gram. So basically also well positioned here with the double almost of battery power performance. So people can choose. On top of this, standard handhelds are quite lacking ports and I/O ports, but we with ToughBook and ToughPad, we have the philosophy, we want to give the customer as much function and functionality as possible. So we featured the device also a micro USB port on the top of the device, and it's a host and a client port, so you can use that for data transfer to your PC, but you can connect also all type of external devices like Bluetooth mouse, printers, USB sticks to it, and even basically basically you can turn this into a desktop replacement in sorts that some customers said, okay, can I also connect it to a display? Yeah, with an MHL cable, you can connect this even to a HDMI display. Even this is possible. So basically, you bring this to your office and connect this to your working place, and you can continue to work there as well, which is a great thing. Also, what is really been asked heavily by our customers is hot swappability. And for our ToughPad, we spend a huge bridge battery, but here also weight is important, so that we incorporate here a warm swap operation. That means it works exactly like a hot swap. The only one which is disconnected is the 3G and the 4G connection. But the philosophy we incorporated here comes from our ToughPad. We also have a bridge battery, and the LED indicates you that the bridge battery is ready to swap. Comes from our customer who always said, continue this working without disruption. The camera itself is important. We have a strong 5 megapixel front camera and a high precision 8 megapixel back end documentation camera. And also where we see here is we spent the camera a high flash, so you can get great pictures and natural pictures even in the dark, but also the width basically from the camera. You can get much more into the picture as comparable product. So this is good for documentation purpose. That makes your job convenient. In terms of the front camera, you can use that as a surveillance job. 8 megapixel rear camera. It's clear. It's for documentation and delivery control. In terms of GPS, we have good GPS in that device, which gives you 2 to 4 meter accuracy. You can use that for navigation, but also for geolocation and geotagging. And this is basically what we've seen already in that small demonstration earlier. So our philosophy is also we want to provide handhelds for emergencies and MODs, construction places, everywhere there is a noisy environment. That's why we spent this device some type of huge speakers here, front speakers with 100 decibel. But also, when you talk, we want to give first-class talking and voice capabilities to the customer. That's why we spent the device 3 mics, and the back mic is just to take the back noise out of it. And then we also have the noise cancellation technology from Panasonic software app, really optimize which speaker you currently use. And with this one, we want to give them optimal voice quality even in a noisy environment where our customer used to work. I alluded to this already. I showed you the function buttons and how easy it is to program them with standard applications, but of course also any custom applications can be done up to 16 standard options. The device itself, I think we talked about all these things. I don't repeat them, just for the ones who are interested in the speed of feed. It's a 2.3 gigahertz quantum snapdragon quad-core, quite performant, and we feature 2 gigabyte RAM, 16 gigabyte storage, could be expanded with the micro SD up to 64. And in terms of launch, so today is the official global launch of this device, and product availability will be for the Android version in June, and the Windows version in September. The price point is at 1,746 euros for the Windows version, and for the Android version 1,715. On top of this, we also make sure we have, at the time of the product availability, a rich set of accessories which you can be expecting from handheld market. And also we have a quite good support network with our dedicated sales engineers and project engineers, a rich Panasonic accessory portfolio, and a partner network, but also just to allude on something, also the vehicle docs is very important for this device, how to install it in a car, in a vehicle, in a truck. This comes also from the own Panasonic design and production, so we have facilities in Europe where we produce also on a customer base those vehicle mounts and install them also based on request on the customer with our installation forces. So we know this is a new market, but we dedicated to that. So we're expanding the handheld lineup with new unique feature-rich products. Also, we have a professional service in place. So we repair our ToughBooks and ToughBooks with 48 hours to 95%, and this very high KPI will also apply to our handheld. We have a very rich channel portal with over 1,000 channel partners, which we now also open for new handheld partners, and also we're working with ISVs to get our ecosystem right in place for the launch. In terms of customers, so with the E1 and X1, the predecessor, we went already in this market and we gained already first customers across the main industries which Hero alluded to, and those are basically also the target markets we're going with our new device. We have even on a global base already some good lighthouse project. Sintas, for instance, is a rental delivery company for special equipment. We sold over 9,000 pieces of this 9,000 pieces of the E1 X1, the predecessor. J. Reynolds is a tobacco company with 1,300 pieces, 3,000 pieces for a security company in Japan. So overall, we're not changing our structure and approach. So basically, our mission is to approach A-brand customers with this device and give them really a new working experience. And this we're not doing alone. So basically, we have also a strong partner, and it's a privilege that we have Microsoft here doing this joint launch with us together. It's really one of the good traditions, and we want to keep, and that's why I want to call Rodney Clark to the stage. He is General Manager and one of the executives of Redmond for Microsoft.
Thank you so much for having us today. In a mobile-first and cloud-first world, it's devices that bring all the experience together for consumers, developers, and IT professionals. At Microsoft, we work with a number of device partners, and each and every day we strive to bring new innovative solutions to market for both Windows and our cloud-based services. And the key is helping customers be productive wherever they are. With Windows 10, we have incredible momentum. We have over 200 active daily users running and creating experiences on the platform. And today I'm here to talk about how Windows 10 is enabling a set of devices across vertical solutions as well as ruggedized solutions with partners like Panasonic. I'm thrilled to be here today to not only represent Microsoft, but represent the more than 20-year relationship that we've had with Panasonic through this journey of ToughBook and today ToughPad. It's extremely pleasing for us to work together to penetrate new markets, and we're fully on board and behind Panasonic as they look to push into this mobile handheld space and create new markets. In fact, I'm excited that we have an opportunity to create new markets together. If I look at the core value prop that we offer in our partnership, it's the expertise and the 20 years of development. I personally spent time in the development shop. I went through not only the demos that you saw here, but the drop test, and how impressive this technology is with respect to competitive solutions on the market. how in hardened environments, be it manufacturing or the port of Barcelona, bringing inventory and information in, these are hardened environments that call for a differentiated experience. You know, I've seen and witnessed the technology and development labs firsthand, and we all saw a demonstration of this. And it's even more impressive when you see these products at work. Not only the ToughPad and the handheld devices, but also expanding into tablet form factors. To see them working in the environments that they're intended to be in is really impressive, and I'm sure and convinced that we'll continue to create and make those markets together. Now with Windows 10, as a core differentiation, it's so pleasing to have Windows 10 as a platform on the Panasonic handheld devices. When we look at Windows 10, it's one platform, one common experience, be it consumer, be it in B2B, or in hardened devices like we're talking about here. It's a common platform and a common experience for developers as well as for users. Although we create differentiated experience for devices, that common platform and that common interface is a value proposition and only enhances the proposition that Panasonic takes to partners. It's leading around connectivity. So that's connectivity, not only things like Wi-Fi and mobile operator scenarios, but it's also connecting to a broader set of value services like Azure and our cloud-based services, and I'll talk more about that in just a second. It's manageability. And when you look at the Windows IoT Mobile Enterprise Edition, you know, it really takes advantage of all of our enterprise functionality, including things like security, the ability to lock down the device and create an experience so that when that user gets the device, and be it an inventory scenario or another line of business application, that they're created and presented only with that experience, managed by the IT professional or managed by the device operator, but only looking at that lockdown scenario, the ability to control and lock down ports, all with the connectivity and the peripheral support that you see in the broader set of Windows capability. And so it really is a differentiation for Panasonic and for Microsoft as we integrate these devices into existing line of business scenarios, into existing infrastructure scenarios. So beyond Windows 10 and the relationship that we have there, you know, I'm really excited to talk about Azure Certified for IoT. More and more, these devices in these environments are generating information and data. The ability to connect that device to a cloud, to transfer and transmit the information, to communicate instances, and to communicate actual working scenarios is an important and key benefit and feature of all of our devices. We have a program, Azure Certified for IoT, which is really a way for partners and hardware manufacturers to test their devices on Azure so that when customers go to choose that solution and they want to create a scenario where they're leveraging the functionality core and native to the device, but there's information or data that needs to be extended to the cloud, that they have a trusted partner. And I'm so thrilled to also announce that Panasonic is our very first Azure Certified for IoT handheld device in the market today. So when they're selling that proposition, not only is it a core Windows experience, but it's a way for these devices to connect to a broader set of capabilities and services that more and more companies are relying on to help run and manage their businesses. So I'd like again to say thank you so much to the Panasonic team for the partnership. We've enjoyed, again, many years of great partnership, and we look forward to extending the value proposition of ToughPad for many more years to come. So Jan, if you can come back on the stage. Thank you very much.
I hope don't mind. So basically, I'm usually not showing long or great videos, but this one is journalist tested. So people said it would be maybe worthwhile to play. So it's
Whether it's
basically a nice
postal and
summary of
delivery,
what we said.
logistics, warehousing, retail, manufacturing, or even field service. Handheld devices are today's tool of choice. But when you're deciding which handheld is right for you, there are a few things you need to consider, and top of the list is usually barcode scanning. So let's take a look at the choices available. You might go for a smartphone. They're light and slim, and most people have one. But they don't come equipped with an inbuilt barcode reader. You need to use the rear camera and an app to read barcodes. They're also slow. The software or app might freeze, and they have high failure rates. So you might need to read the barcode multiple times. And the lack of an aimer makes directing the reader tricky. They can't read damaged or dirty barcodes, which are a fact of life in a warehouse or in the field. They only read from short distances. They don't have a dedicated barcode reading button. And they're certainly not rugged or capable of being operated by users wearing gloves or working in the rain. How about a standard handheld with integrated straight barcode reader then? True, they read those dirty, damaged barcodes. They're pretty quick. They're often rugged, can read from a decent distance, but they're sometimes uncomfortable to use due to the straight line barcode reader causing tired and aching wrists, elbows and necks. You can't scan and see the screen at the same time, and they're much heavier and bulkier than smartphones. So productivity, cost efficiency and health suffer. At Panasonic, we found a solution that fits the bill perfectly, combining scanning, comfort, lightweight mobility and rugged reliability. It's the ToughPad FZ-N1 and FZ-F1, 4.7-inch handheld tablets with voice. They read dirty barcodes. They're fast, rugged, offer user-assignable barcode button on both sides, helping right and left-handed users, are lightweight, around 280 grams, and slim, around 16.3 millimeters thick. They can be used when you're wearing gloves and in the rain. But most of all, they have a groundbreaking angled rear barcode reader. So there's no longer any need for tired wrists or elbows. You can see exactly what you're scanning at all times. Meaning productivity goes up, fatigue goes down. They're high performing. Money is saved. In some cases, the potential cost of a gum grip could be removed, because the ToughPad's angled rear barcode reader means you don't need one. And day-long scanning has never been more comfortable or convenient. The ToughPad FZ-N1 and FZ-F1 also offer a few additional advantages. Like other handheld devices, they support the use of a thin-nib passive pen, which means handwriting and signatures come naturally. But the FZ-N1 and FZ-F1 go one step further. They offer optional support for a thin-nib active pen that also measures pressure, making them ideal for those delivery and service signatures, and the perfect companion for the next generation delivery man. Their capabilities don't end there. The FZ-N1 and FZ-F1 have a 4.7-inch multi-touch daylight readable display, 3G and 4G data and voice connectivity, triple microphones for superior noise cancellation, and dual loudspeakers, Android 5.1.1 or Windows 10 IoT Mobile Enterprise, IP67 ingress protection against dust, dirt and water, 1.8 meter drop resistance, and can withstand 1,000 tumbles, and the ability to operate in temperatures ranging from -10 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. But why are we at Panasonic so confident about the abilities of the FZ-N1 and FZ-F1? Well, we have over 20 years experience in the handheld market. We're the leader in Japan's parcel market, and we have over 20 years experience in rugged PCs and tablets. And now, by listening to our customers, we've taken things to a new level with the arrival of the FZ-N1 and FZ-F1, the lightweight, rugged handheld tablets with angled rear barcode FZ-N1 and FZ-F1.
Okay, I hope it was not too much of this video. I was also hesitating, but people said maybe you would like it. And we're at the end of the official part, and now we invite you for hopefully some of the questions you prepared for us.